Bet. Shout out Rell versus Logic. Go ahead and look at that on camera. It's a beating. Shout out PlugCity, Dope Ideas Media.
Yeah.
Hank, Family Auto.
That's why you got fired.
That's fucked up.
Let me check my schedule.
Welcome to Plug City. I'm not even going. This man don't need no introduction, man. Y'all can look in the camera and see a rich guy when you know somebody with money is on the camera.
Somebody standing behind me.
It looks like money to me.
I wish.
Well, let me introduce my co-host first, though.
Project Logic, you know what it is. Let's go.
Who we got, man? Tell the people who we got.
For me, Rell, Alpha League, Family Auto Finance.
Rich folk need to be introduced. They ain't used to doing that.
Hey,
They used to doing their own stuff. Man.
Ref for Michigan, what's up? Everybody approved. What's up, Plug City?
Shout that out again.
Plug City.
No. Your business. That's what it's all about.
That little thing, man. What are we talking about?
That little thing?
That little thing. What talking about?
Okay. He's one of the only black-owned auto, how do you say it?
Car dealerships.
Dealerships.
Yeah. In the state.
In the state.
One of three.
Oh.
Black owned. He owns it.
All black owned. It ain't nobody else. Ain't no side money coming in. Ain't no other races in there. Nothing. It's all, we own everything. And
tell everybody what the name of your of the dealership is and where they can go get them a nice car.
I appreciate it. So it's Family Auto Finance, 15745 Telegraph. That's in Redford, Michigan. FamilyAutoFinanceMI.com, Instagram, Facebook. We I don't know. We're probably the best dealership in this state, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We couldn't call ourselves Plug City if you ain't plug your stuff in.
That's real.
Go ahead, Logic. Do your thing, man.
All right, man. So first, man, let's talk about the little bit of information I got talking to you yesterday, man. What? Normally we go in chronological order, talk beginning to end or whatever, but this is just hilarious.
I don't know what chronological means, but I'm following that. Whatever you want to do.
Somewhere around your cerebral and your cerebellum.
That's hilarious.
I thought it had something to do with weed.
No, but talk about you getting kicked off this movie set, man.
Bro, let's talk about this.
Hank, movie wrecker.
Let's talk about
this, man. So what happened, man?
So, damn. And you had him apologize to me 2 minutes. He apologized. Now I want to be nice about it, but anyway. So basically, they had me in this role. Me and Kels, shout out Kels. We was doing this role for my man Hank in June or whatever, because I really want to get into the movie's production and stuff. So we in there. I got my roles down packed. I'm killing these auditions, doing my thing all the way through. They happy, everything good, but they running on black people time all the time, and I ain't trying to say it like that, but I got stuff to do too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I'm late today, so that's why I gotta accommodate them and whatever they want to do. So they'd be late with production and won't accommodate me no more. So I got kicked off the set.
Don't kick him out.
I got kicked. That's why I got kicked off.
He was late. Don't kick him out the interview, man.
That's what I got kicked off the set, man. So I was upset about that. I was really happy about that role. Felt like I was gonna blow up, but it is what it is.
Just a disclaimer: the views by Hank are only Hank's and Hank's only. June did not.
Shout out June,
anything
man. That was my dude.
June stayed real. June said, "Okay, man, let's just calm down." But
Hank, my brother, black-owned business. We gonna support each other and work together every way we can.
That's right. He'll kick you off the set, but y'all can work together as business.
Step back for a minute. Just because I don't want you to get hit by this bus that June is throwing Hank under.
No, that's hilarious.
No, Hank did it. But
yeah.
I'd have been kicked off better sets than that.
Whoa.
All right, man. But all right, let's kind of get down to a little bit of business. You kind of answered one of my questions I was going to ask already. Well, where are you from? You're from Redford, not Detroit, correct?
No, I'm from Detroit, bro. Where did you get?
I thought you just started by saying
bro, the dealership is in Redford, bro. You know, every battle I say I'm from Detroit, man. You know that.
We thought you was lying, so we want to be sure.
Hey, from Detroit, man, I grew up on Southfield and Plymouth. So whenever y'all hear somebody say I'm from Southfield, I grew up next to a freeway called Southfield, which is in Detroit.
So that's where Matt got that from.
That's where they get it from. That's what I was trying to rebuttal on there. I'm somebody, people in the North and the Southfield. like whatever. But yeah, it was right next to a freeway. I'd be like, damn, they give me with this Southfield shit. Not from Southfield. Went to all Detroit public schools.
What schools you go to?
Oh man, that's an interesting question too. I went to Renaissance.
What high school you graduated from? Let's just keep
All right, good. I went to Renaissance.
Okay.
Got kicked out of there though.
You always get kicked out.
Yeah, I get kicked out of a lot of stuff, bro.
Was Hank the principal?
Hey, and I graduated from Detroit Community, and yeah. Then I went to Eastern Michigan. I graduated from there too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Eastern. I graduated Eastern too.
That's
so,
what's
yeah.
up. Eagles.
Alumni.
Yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah.
So other than getting kicked out of places,
Yeah.
Growing up early, what were you kind of into?
So I always been in the battle rap since like day one, man. In all honesty, and I used to play basketball too. So basketball and battle rap, that's all I used to do. So growing up, like, Block the Bully, right? Y'all need to do one with him, bro. He got so much history.
Yeah.
He'll tell y'all a lot about how all this stuff started. But he, me and him used to battle. We actually battled in middle school at a talent show. I kicked his ass at that talent show too, and that kind of got us off. But me and him would battle every day, like freestyle battles wherever we was at, different parties. Like anytime we seen each other, me and him battle. That was my best friend growing up. So, we had a lot of history there.
Okay, so pretty much hooping. Did you hoop in high school teams or anything like that?
Yeah, I hooped in middle school, high school, a little bit in college. I don't know how well that went. I'm just not really for the practice. Never really been a practice player. So, yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Good.
So going from there, how did you actually, you were battle rapping in school and things like that. How did you get into battle rap as far as like Alpha League and Michigan? Like how did that start?
All right, so me and Block, we was this when I was at Eastern, right? We was in college, I think my freshman year. We had a house party there, right? So we had strippers. Sorry, Rosie, apologize for that, but this is a long time ago. Daddy's changed. So we had ladies there. We had all this stuff there. So of course Block won a battle when we get there, right? Me not knowing that Block got a nuclear bomb in his back pocket for me though, right? That night, I think I won the one before that. That night he hit me with a haymaker though, where like took me out of my zone. I started choking. Dancers started laughing. Yeah, I exactly remember what he said. All right, so I had this chick I was messing with at the time, and she was there, right? Block's homeboy, it was a rumor going around that he was messing with her, hit me with that in the middle of the battle, and it just threw me off. Like, it just completely, like, I still don't know if it's true or not. If it is true, me and Block ain't cool no more. But it threw me off. I lost bad that night, too. Like, we was about to fight outside. Like, it was rough. So we did that. And then, so I had started watching battle rap a lot. So the Murder Mooks, Ill Will when he wore the do-rag, all that different stuff. So I was watching all the battles. So one day I think it was Calico. Where they battle at? St. Andrews. It was Calico and was it Arsenal?
Yeah, that was St. Andrews.
That one, okay.
So
that's where.
About 2012, 2011.
Exactly. It was that day, right? So when I went to that battle, me, Block, I think Dollar went. I don't even think I met Dollar yet, but me and Block, we went to the battle, and I had stuff prepared already. So I battled outside of that event. Like a lot of people don't know that. Smack was out there and watched it. He said I was crazy. I got this on camera too. And when we went in the battle, I ended up meeting Mac, right? So Mac to me was like a celebrity. I'm like, damn, Mac, what's up, bro? He like, what's up, man? I'm like, whatever, I want to get into the battle scene. So he like, I got Mike Murderers out there, come to the event. I'm like, bet, we gonna come out there. And so that's how it all started. It actually started with Mac Myron. So he don't want to, put me in the game in the beginning, so.
Okay. So now as far as, that's what got you started in battle rap in general.
Yeah.
Now, how did Alpha League come together? Was that you and you brought people in, or was that somebody else who brought you in? How did Alpha League come together?
So, all right, that's a good question. So we was, it was me and S-Dot, right? So me and S-Dot been boys since forever. Me and Block been boys since forever. And then S-Dot went to school with Dollar, right? So him and Dollar was boys. So they used to kick it all the time. And then Dollar was telling him he battle rap. So I'm like, well, let's set the battle up then. So we set me and Dollar up, right? So a whole bunch of stuff happened. That battle never happened, right? I was supposed to come to his crib and battle. Like, we was going crazy. So we ended up linking up at the barbershop one day, my homeboy on the barbershop. We just kind of like, damn, why we on team up? Detroit ain't got shit going on. Animal House ain't doing nothing. Why don't we just team up and do this? So it's like, bet. So we sat down. We all came together in that barbershop that day. And then we, we mobbed out the Pontiac. We went to the first Mike Murderers event.
So
but
who was the initial group of Alpha League?
It was me, Block, Dollar, S-Dot.
Was Pose a part of that?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Pose came a little bit after that. The initial group was them four, and Pose came after that. Then you had Dice Roller, you had all them come in. But we was so deep in the beginning, so even that initial four, Pose was still with us, and then we still had 30 more people. Like, we all had homeboys, everybody was into it, they all knew we could battle, because we had battled so many times other than that. So when we mobbed out the Pontiac, it still was 30, 35 of us, and none of us had actually had a battle yet, like on camera, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's where it started.
So what happened after? So I actually remember seeing y'all when y'all came down
Yep.
to that first battle. And
Yep.
you say I tried to play you, which I definitely didn't. But okay, so that's kind of the formation. So what happened after y'all left that battle? Like, how did y'all? Because what I'm really trying to do is trying to get a little bit more than just the surface.
So I'll tell you.
So like, how did y'all decide who was gonna be what? Who was gonna play this role? Like, how did y'all put that together? Because there's a lot of people trying to start battle rap leagues now,
Perfect.
and they just bringing their boys together and
Perfect.
think it's just gonna flow together,
Yeah.
and not having no structure of who's gonna be what.
Right. So that day at the barbershop, I'm telling you that we all linked up with me, Dollar, Block, and S-Dot. Me and Block battled that day in the barbershop. We went hard too. It was like 9 rounds, right? Hard. Kind of for who in charge. Like, me and Block already knew this. I knew I was gonna run this shit anyway. But so we had to battle. You know how to give a man his due. Kicked his ass that day though. No lie. Kicked his ass. So we did that battle, and then from then it was always, we had a hierarchy of stuff. You know, Dollar was running everything, pretty much doing the business side. I was go headline, kind of be the, you know, be in front. And then we had Block coming right behind me. We had S-Dot, so everything was good.
So was S-Dot supposed to rap?
No,
Okay.
S-Dot wasn't supposed to rap.
What was S-Dot's role?
You know, just kind of good people.
Okay.
He good people with us.
More
It was
so
always
on the business
on the
side.
business side of stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
more with him and Dollar. So,
Okay, cool.
so we had that little hierarchy. So when we went out there that day at Mike Murderers, that was the day me and Ill Will got into it. Me and Cash Eaton got into it. Like, it was crazy. We all just arguing. I'm young and reckless. You know what I mean? I'm coming out there. I'm like, look, I need to be battling y'all. I see y'all on TV. I don't care. I need to be battling y'all. And they all little dogging me like, nah, you shouldn't be doing that. In retrospect, now I was completely wrong. I got good relationships with them. But at that time, that's what I was on. So I'm like, whatever, any cost. So we got up there. I think I had $1,500 on me. I'm like, Ill Will, we can do this today. His manager said, okay. We got on stage. If y'all remember, we was about to do it. And then they was like, no, we ain't doing that. Then the whole ruckus started. It just got crazy out there. But
So see, I thought that was, when that happened, I thought that was staged.
nah, hell no, bro.
I didn't know, like,
I only knew Mac.
Because Binks and Mac had did that previously.
Okay.
Where the Binks and Mac had got on stage, act like they was about to battle, the whole building went crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, psych. And
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
it off. So we kind of thought
That was legit.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
me and
So
Ill
that
Will had problems a long time after that because he felt like I disrespected him, which I did. You know, in retrospect. But no, we was out there. We was out there to do that, bro. I was there dead serious to battle whoever. And that's how the hierarchy came about. So nothing happened that night, of course. So everybody started talking shit, going crazy. And then we went to Scheme Street.
Okay.
Scheme Street had an event. That's where I battled. You remember, what's that little dude name? I can't even. I kicked his ass so bad. I don't remember. He don't battle no more though. Hey, I can't remember. My memory's so bad. Battled that little dude. It's on YouTube. Calico was there. Kicked his ass, right? And that kind of set me up for the next thing. So from there, it was H.I. Croft. I battled H.I. Croft at the Bullfrog in Redford. So this is all in like a 3-day span too. Don't get it twisted. This wasn't a long time. I had a lot of stuff ready for everybody. So I had H.I. Croft there. Kicked H.I. Croft ass at the Bullfrog. And then, so then they set the ammo battle up, right? So they're like, oh, you want to battle ammo at Mike Murders? I'm like, I mean, okay. Like, if that's what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? So we went out there. Me and Ammo battled. It was an underwhelming battle. I won, but it wasn't like nothing crazy. But Block went crazy that night. That was the night that Block battled Brock.
Okay.
Exactly. So it put Block up here. So everybody, they had a lot of doubt. But I was trying to explain to them the whole team is good though. It's not just me. Like, just because I was kicking Block ass don't mean y'all can kick Block ass. Block kicked my ass like on a regular. So, you know, he went out there and went crazy. So then I remember the Pontiac battle scene tried to divide us right there. They was trying their best to put that in. They was like putting Block on a pedestal, like, oh, Rell, you ain't shit. Block like, nah, that's my man's, like, he cold too. So, you know, from there, we just started lining up other battles. And that's kind of how everything started in the beginning.
And now one thing that you told me that was super interesting to me, and I think this is the first person that I've ever heard this from, because you've reached some super highs in battle rap. But you're not actually a rapper. You've never wrote like a song. You've never rapped over a beat. Never recorded a song. So like, how did you get?
I feel like I'm getting destroyed.
No, but no, I'm not saying you're bad at this stuff. You've never done it.
Yeah.
So for you to never, because most people that I know, they start off rapping and then take their rapping to battle rap.
Mm-hmm.
you never rapped and just did battle rap, and yet you got so good at it.
Yeah.
So how was that for you? The process of writing battle raps and writing, because you really don't have a particular cadence or style or flow or anything like that. So how was that for you getting into battle rap, not necessarily ever being a rapper before?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that benefited me more than anything because battle rappers get locked in cadences. So even when I'm battling certain people, like I watch that. If I see you locked into a cadence, I'm gonna kick your ass because you got the same rhythm, you got the same flow that you go keep doing. I know when you go bore the crowd, and I know when you go excite the crowd. So I try to chop when I'm rapping, I try to chop you up from there because I can't do that. I can't even write a cadence for myself. So growing up, like my favorite battle rapper is probably Serious Jones, and if you listen, like how similar mine is, he has no cadence, zero. He's horrible on the beat. So I'm the same way. So I never fooled myself into thinking that I would be a rapper because I didn't want to be that. Like I wanted to battle rap. I'm clever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, let me take this to where it's got to go. So that cadence helps, but when you get to the highest levels of battle rap, and then you start seeing those people with cadences that can do a lot of the same stuff I do, that's when I run into a lot of trouble. So
what attracted you to battle rap? Was it more so the humor part? Because you were good with the humor.
Yeah.
You actually, I think I caught you once or twice doing like multis a little bit.
Yeah.
You were good with schemes. So it's like, what part of the battle rap is like, this? I'm gonna shot because I can rap.
Humor, bro. Humor, bro.
Jokes,
bro. Humor. All I want to do is roast people. Every day I wake up, every day I get out of my bed, all I want to do is roast. That's it. So I'm like, shit. I get to sit here and roast somebody in front of everybody else. Like it's perfect. And it just so happened I know metaphors too. Like I'm smart enough to understand them. But it was just because I like to roast people. So that's all we did in high school, bro. Like growing up, all we did was talk about people. So I'm like, let's do it.
All right, so let me ask you, just get back to the Alpha League a little bit. What was your thoughts and goals when starting Alpha? Like, what was the goal of Alpha League when you guys decided to start it?
So the goal of Alpha League was always to just have to be the Animal House, man. Because I know Dollar had reached out to Animal House trying to get battles, initially, right? And he couldn't get the battles. He couldn't get turned on. I'm like, what is going on? So, and then Pontiac was running the whole scene. Y'all had Scheme Street, you had Mike Murderers out there. Y'all running everything. Detroit had nothing. Animal House had disappeared. Miles, all of them, I don't know where they went. Animal House was gone. And I'm like, well, I'm in Detroit. I felt like I'm better than everybody anyway. And I'm like, well, we about to make a battle league. We about to start putting people on. And I knew a bunch of people that battled. So the whole goal of Alpha League was just to have a platform for Detroit rappers to get back to where we supposed to be. That I always felt we supposed to be on top. So that was the whole purpose of Alpha League.
Okay. Now, outside of, well, I shouldn't say outside of, let me not try to answer the question while I'm asking you. So what do you think, or do you feel as if Alpha League reached its full potential? And if not, why not? And if so, how so?
Damn. Haymaker question. Haymaker question. Could have warmed me up for that one. Pause. No homo. I mean, Alpha League went as far as I could go with it.
Okay.
No lie. It went as far as I could go. I'm not a leader. I've never been a leader. I don't pretend to be a leader. I'm a trailblazer. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my type. You gotta understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? I can trail a path, but I cannot bring people with me. Like, it's never worked for me. Like, you know how like Michael Jordan can be the best player, but a horrible coach? Like, that's me. I can do stuff, but I can't teach you how to do it. Yeah. And then my problem is I expect you to know how to do it, how I do it, but you're not me, and I'm not you. So Alpha League, like, it went as far as I could take it. Like, I believe there's much more potential and much further for it to go. Dollar's a much better leader and always has been than me, and I feel like he can take it there. I just feel like a new path kind of need to be trailblazed. I don't know what that is, but I am interested in sitting down and trying to figure it out.
So is that why when you decided to kind of step away and be less active, is it because you got disinterested with battle rap and battling, or feeling like business-wise you took it as far as it could go?
I got disinterested in just kind of the whole culture of it, man. Like, in all honesty, like, it's just it's such a negative thing, man. Like, damn, bro. Like, even when I battled Big Cannon, like, the last round was all about, like, I'm about to fight Big Cannon in the second round. The third round, I'm speaking about black people and black power and working together. Like, because that's always been where my mind is anyway. Like, I like to talk about people, but it's harmless. Like, I don't like to even talk about serious stuff. I like to talk about Logic shoes, his moles, stuff like that. But I don't necessarily want to, you know what I'm saying? I necessarily don't want to get in the gutter with nobody. And, like, I just can't, man. Like I can't stand up there and have somebody scream at me nonsense for like 9 minutes anymore. I just don't think I can even take it. Like, and I don't even want to do that to other people. I'd rather coach and give game versus like tearing them down, man. Because we get tore down by every other culture and every other race. And then damn, what I look like tearing us down too. That's why we can't get nowhere. So if I could coach and get a game, and if maybe battle rap was a lot less harmless, like, and it's not really sent out to destroy, but just literally to see who's better. Like, that's what I was about, just to see who's better. Then maybe I could, but.
So when you say that, are you referring more so to the material that artists use when battling, or the extras that come with the promo, the talk? Like, what part of it are you?
It come with the mentality, man. Okay. It come with the mentality. So the mentality is dictating the material, it's dictating all the actions, and it's not right, though. You feel me? We tearing down people, telling them they don't got nothing, and you know, people, battle rappers be in real situations, man, and we gotta. I don't really like it. I don't even really watch battle rap that much no more, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you because of that. Like, I watch certain stuff and certain people that I really like, but it get harder sometimes, man. I really want to see us do a little bit better, man. That's why it's so prominent in the black community. Like, battle rap is run by black people, bro. And it always has and it always will, because we're so quick to tear each other down, or so quick to want to be that and like show you I'm better than you. Not even on a lyrical level, but just on a I'm tougher than you, or I got more money than you. Like, I don't even June sitting down, right? Like, oh, you got money, you got this. Like, I don't even like that shit, bro. Like, I'm not materialistic at all. I really don't. I got stuff that I like and stuff that I do. I try not to brag or whatever, because I really want everybody to come up, and I really want to see everybody do the best they can do. And I don't want people out here looking at me a certain type of way. And like, I don't know, man. I'm just rambling now.
No, that's good. That's good, because that's what a lot of people need to hear. A lot of times, people need to hear your uninterrupted thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not being directed on what I want you to say.
Yeah.
People need to hear from you so they know it's your thoughts. So
yeah.
Purposely give you that platform and give you that air to breathe so you can say what you feel. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
I appreciate it.
You kind of answered my next question that I was going to ask with what you said about being disinterested and how you feel about what each other is saying. Because me and you had a battle, and you know, in that battle, I don't think you had your daughter yet. I had mine.
Nope.
Brooklyn was 3.
Yep.
And it was funny, right? In the bar, it didn't bother me, but for a second, it was like, okay. Because I posted a stat where on social media where I had to work one day.
Yeah.
And because I had to work on Halloween, I couldn't take my daughter trick-or-treating. So I'm like, damn, I gotta work on Halloween, it's messed up, yada, yada, yada. And then you hit me with a bar about that in the battle, and I'm not gonna word for word it. But
you want me to?
No, you
okay. All right, okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to
I'm just messing with you, I'm messing with you.
I'm trying to keep the language clean.
I got you, bro.
We got kids in the room.
For sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? But you said something that was like, I was just like, straight up, like, okay. But now looking at where you are now, how do you feel? You kind of answered it, but just specifically. I know Goods, if you watch Battle Rap, Goods, you know, has it in his contract. Can't speak about my daughter, you can't speak about my kids, nothing like that. How do you feel about that now, having your own child? And I'm pretty sure when you wrote that bar, you didn't have malicious intent. It was a good treating nose game. Oh, it's a good bar. Yada, it's gonna hit. Me and him talk on the phone. He ain't gonna take it that way.
Yeah.
Yada yada. It was just in your mind. It was just a good bar.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. And now looking at it, you got a kid.
Yeah.
And if somebody was to say just a good bar about your kid, how would you feel about that now?
That's a good question. So like, yeah, I'm not even proud of that, man. You know, it's a lot of battles I don't even go back and watch. Like, I won't watch my A1 battle for nothing. I don't care what people say, because I didn't like that. I didn't like doing that to somebody. Like, that shit wasn't right. And so it's the same way with that bar. Like, I'm not proud of that bar at all. I'm not proud of the direction I took in there. But with the whole Goods thing and having a contract and not having that right, I think that's soft, right? I think that's soft as hell. You can only be responsible for what you put out there. Yeah. If I battle you, bro, you can say anything you want about anything that goes on with me. Like, it just is what it is. It's fine. But I don't need to project that, though, and I shouldn't have. And that's what I'm saying. Like, with that whole not being able to say stuff, like, you can't limit nobody's content. Like, even you didn't limit that content. You could have told me on the phone, like, hey, Rell, that's not cool, blah, 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 and it wouldn't have came out. But everything was on the floor, and it was good. And so it's like, yeah, I just don't feel like they talking behind the camera kind of throwing me off. It's all good though.
My bad.
But yeah, y'all good. Hey, but
I have a point to bring up.
Yeah, please.
But for that kind of thing to go on, you're a good sport about it, because I got a story to tell about it.
Okay.
All right. J-Rell is battling Ill Will. Mm-hmm. In that battle, Ill Will said something about J-Rell's mom. Mm-hmm. At the end of the battle,
oh yeah, he was there.
Ill Will and J-Rell are walking out. And J. Rell said, well, here's my mom. Say it to her now.
Hey,
Will was like, oh, don't do me like that.
That was a live ass moment in battle rap. I wish we had that on tape. Though.
Oh,
He was
man,
like,
it was
my man, went over and gave her a hug. It was all love. I wasn't tripping.
J. Rell mom was like, don't worry about it, baby. It happens.
Yeah, she was a fan of Ill Will to that moment too, though. But it's all love. But yeah, that stuff don't be serious, man.
But see, that's kind of it's kind of for the person out there listening. I understand being a battle rapper.
Yeah.
I understand completely what you're saying, but it's kind of confusing where on one hand you say, you know, battle rap is too negative, yada yada yada, and then a person says, yo, well, let's not be this negative, and you say, well, that's soft.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you get those two?
My whole point to that is like, I'm either not gonna participate or I'm gonna fully participate.
Okay.
It ain't no half stepping. So if I feel like it's too negative, which it is for me, I'm not gonna participate. So I don't have to worry about anybody saying it about my daughter or saying it about my family.
Okay.
But if I do choose to participate, all grounds is open. It's like a movie. Everything should be portrayed. You can't like tell somebody you can't paint the Picasso or something. Like for any reason. So if I'm painting a Picasso, I'm painting it. Or if I feel like that's wrong, then I'm not gonna do it. So that's it. I just feel like that half stepping and doing the rules, it's either gonna be a sport or it's not gonna be a sport.
So in your mind, with battle rap in order, and this is me putting words in your mouth, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that in order for battle rap to be an authentic representation of what it has to be, it has to be no holds bar, unlimited, but you also understand that with it being that way, it is a negative thing that can have negative consequences.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's absolutely how
So
I feel
it's like
about
war.
it. Yeah.
People go to war and they shoot and kill each other. Then after the war, you have peace.
It's an art form, bro.
Okay.
At the end of the day, and I understand that it's art. So like with comedy, you remember when Dave Chappelle just did that special? He calling people, you know, faggots, whatever you want to call them on there. Netflix going crazy. It's like if you go do comedy, bro, you go all the way. It ain't no stop. You can be as racist as you want. I understand what you're doing. But if I choose not to participate because it's too negative, then that's the case. But don't limit this, man. You please. If y'all want to go out there and say what y'all go say, that's on y'all. Like, please. But it's not for me.
Okay. Now, kind of, you know, I'm gonna let you take this where you want to take this. Can I talk about some of the ups and downs that you had in battle rap?
Please.
Some of your highs.
Please.
Some of your lows.
Please.
So I'm saying I'm gonna let you talk about it. I'm gonna let you take it where you choose to take it. What were some of your highs and what were some of your lows?
So one of my biggest highs was this Logic battle. Not gonna lie about that. I can't even front.
Who won that battle, by the way?
We had judges. I can't remember. We gotta check the scorecard. But that was one of my biggest highs because I didn't think I would beat Logic. Like I didn't feel like I would win that battle. I felt like he had a style where I can't beat that. I'm like, what I'm doing is not gonna work. Like, and I went into the battle fully prepared, knowing that. I over prepared, but I went into it knowing that. When you battle Be Easy at the when you remember when I took the footage from Goon Room, Gambit. That's another one of my high points. You remember that night you did that?
Yes.
That night you did that, bro. You had some lines because you was talking about your daughter in that battle, and you was destroying bees, and I was sitting there. And I'm like, dog, he used this on me, bro. I'm dead because I play too much. I'm out here being silly, you know, trying to be clever. He out here touching souls. That's what I thought. So going into that, that's where that line came from. It was to negate that because I'm like, shit, he gonna hit me with this at some point. I gotta have something else to show that he not doing what he said he was doing, which was trick-or-treating. But that was my mindset because I felt like I couldn't get past that. You asked Dollar, all of them. When I was writing, I was like, man, whatever round he does that in, I'm gonna lose. So I gotta structure my round so I can win too. So that was one of my high points, even getting past that, because I really felt like I would lose that one. I'm not saying I didn't lose, but we had a good battle, so that's what matters. Another high point was my lowest point in my career was the BET battle, like by far.
Talk about a little bit. Okay, kind of talk a little bit about how that went down, because you kind of told me before a little bit of behind the scenes of what actually happened.
Happy to tell this story, bro. So when I went to that battle, right, everybody doing the interviews, I'm the favorite to win the damn tournament. I only went to the tournament to rematch Ty Law. In all honesty, I didn't care about winning the tournament. I'm like, me and Law got to get this one back. You know, I battled him out there and felt like it was too biased. I felt like I was off. I drove 12 hours that day, and I'm like, I'm about to get this back. So I had 3 rounds for Ty Law before I had anything else. I'm like, nope. When I get to this second round, I'm going to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? So they said I was favored to win a tournament and everything. So I'm like, bet. So we go into the battles, and all the battles happen, and me and KG was last that day, right? So we was last that day. Ty Law was right before me. Ty Law loses the battle. So in my head, I'm like, I'm already out the tournament because I got 3 for him. I don't got nothing for nobody else because I expected him to win. He's battling Prez Mafia. Prez kicked his ass. So I was already thrown off before my battle. Like, man, once these 3 rounds is over, I'm going to look terrible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So now we battling KG. Now, shout out to KG, man. Smart dude. Love that brother, man. Smart guy. But I didn't feel like KG can compete with me. Like, I didn't even feel like it was going to be close, right? I felt like I run over KG. I watched his battle with Snow, and I watched what he did before, and I know what I do. So I'm like, all right, my entertainment factor alone about to kick his ass. And it went exactly the way I planned it, too. So go through the battle. You know, I win the first round pretty handily. Second round, felt like I won that one handily, right? Now we get to the third. So now we in the third. I'm like, I know I won the first 2. I need a round for Prez at least. So I'm like, let me cut this third round off in half. So at least I got something for him. The battles was the next day. So I'm like, I'm going to write more tomorrow. I'm going to write another round, remember it, and I'll probably freestyle a third. I'm like, I can probably get 2 rounds out of Prez. I get the Snow, whatever. I lose the Snow in the end. So that was my mindset going in. So we go into the third.
So hold on, just to be clear on what you said. You purposely chopped your third round short, kept that material that you already had wrote out to use that, and just felt like you could add in some freestyle.
Yes,
or whatever,
I felt like I needed something to go into that next battle with. So I chopped it up,
won the first
and
2.
I already felt like I won the first 2. It was, to me, it was clear, right? Even when you read the comments, it's like, bro, you won the first 2. So you go into the third round now, and Lord, lightning struck that building. Dead serious too, not even a metaphor. The power went out in the building, right? So I wrap KG in the middle of his round. He doing okay. It's nothing to be worried about. I'm like, cool, I'm about to skate through this one too. The power go out, right? Now when the power go out, this fool keep rapping. Because I guess he don't know. Or the cameras went out, I think. But he kept rapping, right? So now they're like, oh man, we wasn't recording. KG, you got to do your third round over. So I'm like, oh, man, I pretty much won this one. This is over now, right? So they're like, you got to do it over. KG was complaining, like, oh, this some bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So then they overreacted when he re-rapped it the second time. So the only stuff y'all ever saw was the overreact from the second time. Then he hit me with the rebuttal, which we had 40 minutes in between. It was 40 minutes from when that camera went out to when he started back. So now he had 40 minutes, right? Came with the rebuttal. Everybody's tired. This is the last battle of the night. And then he has to redo his round. So automatically they gave him that round. It wasn't even, I had no chance to win that round from then. So even in the beginning, I think I said something about the power going out, or I don't remember. I tried to rebuttal. So then I'm rapping.
You said something that hit smack beard.
Yeah, exactly, right. So we did that, spit my verse, felt like I had a good verse, felt like I would have won that in any other circumstances. So now we going up, we up top, they about to announce the winner. I'm like, all right, it's clear. I'm like, I got 2-1, maybe 3-0, because I still might have got that third, right? I'm like, cool, 2-1. I'm sitting there literally in my head like, all right, let me get ready for Prez. Let me get ready for Prez. So we standing up there, and they're like, the winner is KG. If you look at my, I looked over like, what? I'm like, what? And then I'm like, what is y'all doing? So then I walked off stage. Like, they ain't get no interview from me after that, nothing. Walked off stage. The BET producers pulled me in the office in the back and was like, oh, Jay, we really sorry, man. Like, the crowd wasn't getting everything you were saying. We felt like you won the first 2 rounds, swear to God. We felt like you won the first 2 rounds, and that third round should happen, man. We sorry. I'm like, that don't get me back in the tournament. So I walked out, got in the cab, cried on the way home, too, though. I was so mad about that battle, dog. Like, tears running down my face, right? Fell out with my girl on the way to the crib. It was a bad night. So went to the room, right? Turned the lights off, cut my phone off. So smack, nobody knew where I was at. They called my phone 100 times. Woke up like 11 o'clock that night. KG hit me up. Then me and him went out and got some food, talked about it. I was like, man, it is what it is. But yeah, that was the lowest point in my career, 100%. That was the day I felt the worst.
I definitely had you winning that battle, though.
Yeah.
I definitely had you losing that battle. I just want to.
Did you really?
I definitely had you losing.
I was kicking his ass. I was kicking his ass. So that was my, yeah, that was definitely my lowest point, for sure.
Okay. Why don't you talk a little bit about, you know, everybody who I bring up here who kind of talk about battle rap. Talk about your experiences with Norbs a little bit and dealing with Norbs. Like, to me, in my opinion, Norbs is probably the most interesting person in battle rap. To me, interesting. And everybody I've talked to, has an extreme feeling about Norbs. Whether it's I extremely like him or I extremely hate him. It's always an extreme.
It's nothing in between.
And for a lot of y'all who don't know, Norbs is pretty much kind of like the gatekeeper for all new talent who was looking to make it to URL. So no matter how good you were, if Norbs didn't like you, you didn't make it. No matter how bad you were, if Norbs liked you, you made it.
Facts.
So being the fact that you were a rapper who was looking at one point to make it to URL and have that impact, what was your relationship like with Norbs and how did that go?
I did make it to URL.
Yes.
All right. Man, I'm about to give y'all some tea. Y'all about to get headlines on this. I got stories I never told, but it's 10 years ago. Nah, it's free money. So like with Norbs, right? Norbs was my biggest fan, like in battle rap history. Norbs was my biggest fan. Like I this fool used to text me all the time, talk to him all the time. Like, bro, you the greatest. You about to be this. He set Danny Myers up to lose. And on the day me and Danny battled on BET, that was a setup for him to lose. If y'all know that I battled T. Riley on my PG. Y'all know that battle never came out because I lost that battle, right?
Are you saying it never came out because you
Because I lost. Had I won that battle drops. It drops the next day. But I lost, right?
Okay.
So
you
even
talking about T. Riley from Louisiana?
From Louisiana, yeah.
Okay.
I was kicking his ass. That's the first time I ever choked in a battle. So even I'm gonna tell that story too. I'm gonna give you all Norbs, bro. All right. So had to be in New York, right? It was me, Dollar, Beezy. It was a couple other people too. I can't remember. But like at the time, I guess nobody had L's or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I gotta drive, right? So I had got off work at 4 o'clock that morning. The battle was at 4 o'clock that afternoon. It was a 10-hour drive. So got off, we all linked up, like, damn, I had to drive straight there. I drove from my job to there off no sleep, right? But this is when I think I'm invincible. I'm like, none of this shit can fuck with me. So we get there, I think at like 4:30. When I get there, I gotta walk on stage. I didn't get in the shower, I didn't do nothing. Like, it's literally out the car from Detroit onto the stage. Because Beezy had just got done. He went with somebody else, but they had just got done. So we got there. As soon as I got on stage, I'm like, bet. I had 3 rounds for him set up nicely, right? First round, I kicked his ass. Like, probably the worst beatings you ever go watch on camera. It was horrible, dog. Got into the whole Katrina stuff. New Orleans probably still ain't gonna forgive me for that. So that happened, and then in the next round, I choked. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? I ain't never choked before in a battle. I'm like, what's going on? Like, trying to get my words together. Then I started rapping about DVDs on the shelf, but he had a good second round. So we were like, all right, we in the third. I got Sirius Jones over there, Math up there. They're like, hey, bro, you got to get that shit together. I'm like, I know. Third comes, same thing. He took that battle. URL never dropped it. URL will never drop that battle. So I appreciate y'all at the Ultimate Rap League coming through for your boy. So got to the crib. I'm mad as hell about that battle. That was a low point, too. I'm mad as hell about that. Norris called me. He like, hey, man, like, bro, I know you was tired. I know you had to make that drive. Like, bro, I can see it in your eyes. I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, don't worry about it. That battle probably ain't coming out. I was like, man, we good, right? So he called me like a couple of weeks later. He like, man, it's this dude out in Cali killing everybody, which was Danny, right? I'm like, here, send me the footage. He sent me the footage. He's like, man, but I think you would kick his ass. I'm like, yeah, I will. So he like, I'm gonna set this battle up. And I'm like, man, I ain't really interested because I ain't think Danny was, I ain't really like Danny that much at the time. So I'm like, he ain't gonna really be a challenge. So he was like, man, you come out here, bro. I'm gonna get you a room. I'm gonna get you everything you need. Get you out here the day before. You gonna be able to do this, and we gonna main event you that night, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. Let's go out there. But this was all set up for Danny to lose because Norbs didn't like Danny. I knew that off rip. First conversation, he didn't like Danny. So when we went out there, my favorite battle rapper at the time was Blackheart Adonis. So Blackheart, I know, he about to say that. Blackheart was that dude to me, bro. So he was on a card that night, right? He battled right before me and Danny battled. So I'm sitting outside on the stoop, nervous as hell, like, man, how am I gonna go behind Blackheart, bro? That's like a legend. And then he was trash. I'm like, wait a minute, all right. So then me and Danny went, you know how that went. And then, Norris came to me outside. Me, him, and Jazz all went out for food. Like, yeah, you about to be next up on URL. You the man and shit. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then that was around the time the first Ultimate Madness tournament was going on. I told people I was an alternate because I was. So had anybody fell out, he's like, I got you already on contract. You next for this Ultimate Madness tournament. Whatever, that's a different story. But Norbs, I mean, he cool, man, but he had some little shady ways about him, man. Like, he was a big fan of mine, but, like, the way he used to move sometimes, like, I was just like, bro, what is you doing? Like, why you doing that? He used to be hitting battle rappers' girls from here, sending me the pictures of it, like, everything. And I'm just like, bro, you gonna mess around and get killed out here. You can't do that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I want to expose who that was, but I said I was being drama-free. But anyway, because I'm not a big fan of theirs either. But yeah, he was doing that, man, hitting their girls out here or whatever. So I don't know, man. He was just a big fan of him. He was a big fan of mine, and we was straight. I'm not gonna say we was straight. We were straight. He had some ways about him I wasn't big fans of, though.
Do you feel like, even with him being a big fan of yours, do you feel like you got your fair shake with him?
Yeah, hell yeah. He gave me more than a fair shake.
Do you feel like you may have got, because he liked you, do you feel like you may have got treatment over someone who may have been more deserving?
I don't think nobody was more deserving. Like, I don't think nobody was more deserving, bro. Because I mean, I didn't feel like there was somebody that was gonna beat me. You feel me? So that's why I said not deserving, because I felt like I would beat all of them. I was lined up to battle T-Top. That was gonna be the first, my first PG was T-Top.
So see, let me tell, like, my opinion of you as a battle rapper. Like, and not to even bring this name up to be funny, but I remember one time, and this applies to you too. One time, A1 was battling, and A1 was battling somebody. He had like a sock. His first round was dope, and then that guy he was battling, first round was trash. Second round was dope.
Yeah.
The guy he was battling, second round was trash. And I'm on. It was at the Bullfrog, and I'm by the stage, and he's like, man, I'm not even gonna rap my third round. I'm just gonna freestyle. I'm gonna say them bars for somebody more deserving, which is similar to how you did. And his third round was trash.
Yeah.
And it was like, so for everybody who knew A1, knew that he was way better than what he showed.
Oh, I got you.
But because he decided to freestyle that third, and the guy he battled third was actually decent, the battle was debatable.
Yeah.
He won the battle. They bet like $50. He won the $50. And he was like, I don't care, I won the battle. I'm like, but you lost the war.
Right.
Because it ain't just about $50.
Facts.
He ain't get it at the time. And so my thing for you was always, every battle that I saw you in, I saw a glimpse of greatness.
Yeah.
But it was like for a long time, I never saw the complete full J-Rell. Everybody, you would stop, you would start joking, not choking. You would start joking, you would start freestyling, and it got to look to a point where it started to look like you were freestyling intentionally just to show I could freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't got to write for you, I can freestyle. Your hat, your shoes, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, and it's funny that when you talked about our battle, because I did the exact opposite of you.
Yeah.
Like when I wrote the battle, I said, you know what, I had a whole scheme, bar set up. I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna do personal, I'm gonna do jokes, I'm just gonna get under the skin, and I'm not even gonna rap how I would normally rap.
Right.
And then when the incident happened with you and A1, one of my guys was like, maybe, you think it's still gonna hit as hard? Because he kind of hit hard. And I'm like, no, I'm still stick with it, like it is what it is. And I didn't even think we was gonna reschedule. Like, I just thought after that happened, it wasn't going down. So I'm like, I'm not rewriting it, then it don't go down. And then that was my first time seeing you fully go 3 rounds. So it was like, for a long time, I didn't see what everybody else saw.
Right.
So I didn't feel like you were deserving of a lot of those spots that you got.
Right.
And I remember one time I went out to, after an event, it was me, JC, Deanna, and Norbs, and we had been out. And Norbs kept saying, man, J-Rell's a star. And I'm like, Norbs, everybody you like, you say they're a star. What about J-Rell is, and I'm like, he dressed funny, like, what about him is star?
Logic coming from you, bro. That's the worst insult a man can take.
Man, your shorts are above your knees. Don't talk to me right now.
Them the only ways I wear my shorts, bro.
I'm joking. No, but I was just, we talking here like, man, like it's something about him. He got like a star quality, like that's bigger than battle rap.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I'm heated because I'm super lyrical,
right.
But I'm like, so you can rap your tail off, and it don't matter above star quality. And he was like, we got rappers, like. And what he said, and I brought up Be Easy, and he I don't remember.
He ain't never liked Be Easy either.
I know, but this is what he said to me. He said, I can go get 7 Be Easies from the Bronx, 5 from Brooklyn, 3 from Queens. Like, why would I pay to fly somebody out, put them in the hotel room, and give them money to do what such and such can do up the block? I'm looking to get something that I don't have here already. And he was like, J-Rell got something that we don't have here. And I didn't, see it, because I'm looking more so rapidy rap.
Exactly.
So that's why when I say, do you feel you were deserving? Like,
I got you.
A lot of different, like, people feel, certain females felt that way. Norbs even, I'm not going to say the battle rapper, I ain't trying to be funny, even called a battle rapper handsome. He's like, he's handsome. We need some handsome battle rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, but can he rap though? He's like, well, more important than rap is getting female views and things like that. So that's a lot of times what I always look at it, and you know, you can kind of tell who Norb's favorite or who he would let slide and who he wouldn't let slide based on situations. So,
that's what it be though. Like, and I knew that from the jump. Like, I knew that from the jump. Like, I got like if this was like live or whatever, and you had a scale, right? Like, I wouldn't be extreme on nothing except maybe humor. Like, I wouldn't be like top of nothing. But when you go star quality, I do understand that, and I get what I get what that means. That's why I said KG wasn't gonna beat me. Okay. I was like, the Stark is too different. It's like, it's too different. He's way more lyrical than me. Probably gonna say better stuff, but it's just it's a thing about me. Like, it's a thing. I'm not gonna lose that kind of battle. Okay. Well, I thought I wouldn't. Shit.
Okay, so what ultimately led to you? You kind of hinted at it a little bit, but what ultimately led to you stepping away from battle rap completely, stepping away from Alpha League completely, and transitioning more into the next topic we're about to talk about? But what kind of led you away from that?
Man, just business. I got all the beginning. What led me there was just business, like going into car sales. Like, I had a full-time job at Chrysler. I was making a lot of money there, ton of money, and then I had an opportunity to go sell cars at a dealership. So I'm like, well, let me go try that. So I started doing that. I did pretty good. Then I came up with a whole plan to get my own. Like, that's how I operate. So, but like, I'm not a good multitasker, right? I can only focus on one thing, right? I can't. That's why I never made music. That's another reason, because I can't focus on music and battle. It's impossible. So it's got to be one or the other. So with that, it's like all my focus went into that. Now it went into, you know, selling cars, trying to get a dealership, figuring out a dealer's license, figuring out taxes, doing all this stuff. And that's why I got all these grades. It took all my energy and power. Like, I didn't have anything left, you know what I'm saying, for battle rap. That's why, like, now I could come back if I wanted to and could focus on it, because the dealership is running itself. You know what I'm saying? I got a business that's thriving now. So, but in the beginning, it took everything I had. So for all my entrepreneurs out there, I mean, you know, I'm sure people here could tell you too, but you got to put everything into it. You almost got to put yourself in a no-win, you know what I'm saying, situation in order to win. All right, what happened?
And kind of talk about that a little bit. We're going to get into that. You're stepping away from battle rap. You decided to start your own dealership. And what's kind of intriguing to me is what you kind of spoke about earlier when talking about Alpha League.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm not a good leader.
Yeah.
I'm a trailblazer.
Yeah.
And I understand that completely, because when we talk a lot about battle rappers who are, you know, is this person a legend? And I call a lot of people who people say legend. You're not legend, you're a trailblazer.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to have done something legendary
I see what you're saying.
To be a legend. If you haven't done anything legendary,
then you're not a legend. Yeah.
You were just the first. You're a trailblazer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but with you saying, yo, I'm a trailblazer. Mm-hmm. I'm not a leader. Mm-hmm. I'm not a good. How does that play into now you actually being in a position where you own, and I'm not going to use the word leader, I'm going to say you own, and automatically when you own, people may look at you as a leader. How does that
Logic, bro? This your field. You dope with that shit.
I tell him that all the time.
He's fantastic with that, bro. His question is perfect. I tell him so I had to learn, dog. It took 70 gray hairs, bro, to learn what I don't know. You feel me? And that's the only thing that makes me a good owner, is because I know that I don't know stuff. So I tried to be a leader and tried to do that. And the dealership is what showed me I wasn't, because I don't micromanage people. I hate being micromanaged. I'm really a free spirit. I want everybody to just live and be happy and do what you want to do. Like, there shouldn't be rules, right? So with that type of personality type, people at dealership going crazy. They just doing whatever they want to do. You got all this stuff going. So that's when I bought Jeremy, and Jeremy's Ted's uncle. Shout out to Jeremy. That's my business partner. That's a manager. That's a manager. He comes in, he puts his foot down like, this is how stuff has to be. There's no me just doing what I want to do, free-spirited. Y'all come in whatever time y'all want to. None of this. No, it's all in the system. Everything runs. And like, that partnership worked out perfect with me being a trailblazer, because now I'm working on the next business. I'm already working on it. I got something in the works for September. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then once that gets up and running, I bring him back over to manage again.
So let me ask you this, because that's something I hear a lot with leaders or bosses. So how did that play over with your employees, right? Because here goes the owner, free spirit, do what you want. Barbecues outside, come in when you come in.
Hell yeah.
As long as you get your sales, hit your numbers, I don't care
That's
what
it.
you do.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Eat at your desk, whatever.
Yep.
And now you bring somebody in under you who is now saying, no, be at your desk at 9 o'clock, write this many sales a day, do this. And I'm pretty sure it created an issue where people want to go over his head and come to you, man, he tripping.
Another good question again. He dropping them. So how this works is when you pick your manager or who you gonna have managing, like, you got to know their personality. He works harder than everybody so the janitor that's cleaning my bathroom, the person that's cleaning the cars, he works harder than every single one of them. There's no question. If he tell you to be there at 9, he there at 8 o'clock. So when you running at 9:05 thinking it's cool, he been there for an hour. He like, if I can get here at 8 o'clock and I'm in this position, then why you can't be here at 9? And that's where it started coming. That's where the mindset started changing for everybody to be like, damn, this dude gonna outwork me. So anytime somebody don't do their job, he does their job. And he does it better than them. So that just keep beating in their head like how much we don't really need you, but how much, you know what I'm saying, we could use you, but we don't need you because it'll get done. And that's what ended up happening, just outworking everybody else.
So what you just said right there in my mind was super key, right? For me, because being a business owner myself, having several businesses.
Yeah.
And you just said the manager that you hired to manage, who's boss,
Yeah.
is outworking his subordinates.
Yeah.
So it's not just I'm acting as if I'm hiring you because of my position.
Yeah.
I'm doing the work.
I'm doing the work.
So when you have somebody in position who's doing that work, it's a lot less difficult of a pill to swallow for an employee.
Exactly.
When a manager is telling him to do something because he's doing it too.
Exactly.
You know, don't tell me to flip 50 burgers an hour while you sitting in the office.
Exactly.
Be right
He out there flipping
them.
60.
Exactly.
He like, you flip 50. And then when you can't do 50 and you complaining, he's like, all right, bet I'll just go do 60. Now, how do you feel about that? And then now your job on the line because we obviously can't use you. So that blend happened perfect because he more of a, you know, that's my partner now, but he more of a like a stationary person where like he can take stuff and make it better, but I can build stuff that's not there. So there was no Alpha League. We put Alpha League there. There was no car dealership. We put that there. There was no this. We'll put that there.
Okay.
And then I put people in position or partner up with people to actually make it work because that won't be me. If you count on me, it's going to be all
So
bad.
you more so idea,
Yes.
brainchild,
Yes.
and he makes it functional.
And yes,
Makes it run.
exactly.
And I'm just putting that out there because these are major keys for a lot of people like us. And I want to highlight something real quick.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like us who come from where we come from, we have the idea,
Mm-hmm.
we have the want, we have the hustle, we have the drive, but we don't have the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't understand the mechanics of how stuff need to be done. And here you are, a battle rapper.
Yeah.
You know, although you getting kicked out of school, you're smart,
Yeah.
but you're getting kicked out of school every chance you get.
Yeah.
Fighting, doing whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
and it's causing, and it's like you had to figure out how to blaze this trail.
Yes.
And one of the most important things for you to do was to put somebody in power
Yeah.
who can do the micromanage so you can be more of the ideal.
Exactly.
Make perfect sense.
Tell people in the future, man, I'm going to write a book. I'm working on that now, actually. But the theme of it, man, is like work on your strengths, ignore your weaknesses. That's the key to this shit. Don't fix your let your weaknesses be weaknesses and focus on what you do well. What I do well is sell cars. Talk to people, get them to act in their best interest. Like, talk to people, put you in a situation, and you gonna feel good about it, you gonna like me. But what I don't do well is like paperwork and like, you know, being on time and like, hey, you need me to be here like today. Like all this stuff, that's not what I do well. So I put people in positions that do that well, and their weaknesses is my strength. Now we're just vibing. So that's cool. I can get this deal done. Jeremy can do all the paperwork, and we working perfect. So
Okay. Now you said something to me that I was kind of aware of. I wasn't 100% sure the exact numbers, but you made me aware of these numbers. Is that you are one of 3 black-owned car dealerships in Michigan. One of 3. There's only 3 of y'all in the whole state.
might be
Salute.
2. I gotta see if it's 3.
Salute
Might
to
be.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely a salute to that.
Yeah.
So talk to me, because here you are now going into a field that not many of us are in or have had success in.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about the significance of that, and did that play a role in your decision-making process when you decided, oh, it's only 2 other y'all, I'm gonna be the 3rd one?
Right. So, what happened was when I started selling cars at this dealership, shout out U.S. Auto Sales, I'm gonna buy them next year. I'm gonna buy the first dealership I ever worked at, and I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. I'm definitely gonna do that, just to prove a point to them because I hated them so much. But so I went to work at an Arab dealership. You know, car sales in Michigan is dominated by Arabs. Everything is Arab, right? It's not black people. Mechanic shops, they run this whole thing. They figured this shit out. I don't understand how they figured this out, and we've been here. Like, how did y'all figure this out coming from another country? But we're here and we can't. And people will say, oh, they get tax breaks and all this stuff. So what? They do. So what? Now that's just another obstacle. Like how that's gonna stop you? So I started working there. You know, I didn't like how we were portrayed all the time. How I could sell you a car, or I'll be the face. So when you know, most of the customers black, I'm always the face for everything. So you'll think I got down on you, when in reality I didn't get down on you, but I don't have any say-so in the background, so there's nothing I can do. So that's where I was like, you know what? I can do this. And I was working with them, and I'm like, I'm pretty smart. I can figure shit out. these guys aren't smarter than me. I don't know how they have this, like, and why can't I have it? And that's honestly my mindset. I've always been the type where if somebody can do it, then I can do it. It don't matter who it is or what it is. If it can be done, then I can do it. So I saw them, figured out all my paperwork, figured out all that stuff, figured out how to get loans, did all that stuff, and decided to jump in the industry. Now, like, when I go to the auctions, right, because the Arab community is so tight, and hopefully they're already trying to destroy me, but the Arab community is so tight, they'll go there. I can't even buy cars at the auction. I'm there with money. I can't even buy because all of these are friends, right? So they're running up this price every single time. So if I throw a hand up like, oh, this $3,000, bet. He gonna run it up 32, 34, 36, all right, 38, 4,000, 42. The car was only worth $4,000. So now we at $6,000. Like, y'all just don't want me to have a vehicle to sell. So we fall into that position. And so I figured out how to buy cars anonymously so they don't even know it's me no more.
Can
Can
you give any detail on that? You don't want to put that on camera as far as how you were able to get those cars?
Yeah, so I just partnered up with another dealership, an Arab-owned dealership, and now he buys for me. So he works for me, and he'll buy cars for me all day long. So they go there, they all friends, whatever.
Wow.
All that stuff coming to my life. You got to give it all to me. That's what happened to Goon Room when I took that Gambit footage. Like, you got to give it all to me. So they so they'll buy cars from me because they made it so I couldn't buy cars. I'm the best in the state when it comes to financing, like figuring out how to get you approved, like the very best.
The best in the state, what do you mean as far as approval ratings, percentages,
getting people
quality
approved?
Of loans?
I would say percentage ratings of people getting approved. So everybody says guaranteed approval. Like, I legit mean that though. I can get anybody into a car financing wise because I am the best. So all these dealerships, they come to me, the Arab dealerships, they all come to me. And they be like, hey, Jay, we want you to work for me. They offer me crazy amounts of money. Like, money you wouldn't even, like, couldn't even imagine. Not saying it like that, but just crazy amounts of money for me to do their financing. It's like, nope, won't do it. Won't happen. This got to stay in a black community. This secret I got, it's got to stay with us. So I refuse to, refuse to trade on my own.
Let me ask you this as far as being, because you're in one of those businesses where it's like you, lawyers, and I think that's it. Y'all kind of looked at as the most sleaziest professionals. Do you ever find yourself in a position, maybe not so much now because you're not doing sales as much anymore, but where you're financing somebody for an automobile? They can afford it based on their debt to income, credit, and all that. But you know it's not really the best. You really shouldn't be getting a $400 car note right now.
Facts.
But I need to hit my numbers. Like, do you find yourself in a situation where you're putting people in automobiles that you really shouldn't put them in?
So it just depends on how you look at it, though, right? So that is one way to look at it. Or you can look at it like, okay, you're a mother, you got 3 jobs, you make the money, you repo twice, you can't get a car. You're taking buses every day. You're missing time with your kids. You're missing money. So you might have to take this higher payment because there are success stories out there. And I will set you up that you can't afford right now because this is the only thing and this is the only bank that's willing to make this work for you. So you take that, you grow your money, you build, you make your payments, you refinance, you do bankruptcy. It's so many other options. You don't just get into a bad loan and get caught. It's mindset that gets you messed up. So, I mean, I can help you out with that or help anybody with it, but I do know what you're saying about that. Sometimes it's like, yeah, but I try to preach to them and understand the situation. And even what you're saying, like, car dealers are sleazy, lawyers are sleazy, like, that's the honest truth, but that's what I reinvented in Michigan. So even in, like, battle rap, when we started Alpha League, we reinvented battle rap in Detroit. It was like, all right, this is what it is now. Like, it's a whole new lane for us. And in car sales, I did that too. So I completely reinvented car sales. You're not dealing with no sleazy. I'm not out there with no big-ass suit on. I'm not out there, like, switching over my toupee. I'm out there not knowing what I'm doing. Like, I'm a friend. I'm your homeboy, literally. You go see me in the club the next week. I'm not even pushing you to buy this car. I'm telling you about the car because you need a car. And that's it. So you get these other people, they out there, they got to make their quota. They got all this dumb stuff going on. We don't got none of that going on there. You come up there, we go kick it. If you like what I got to offer, then this is the program for you. And if you don't, then more power to you. And maybe I can help you find a better deal than I can provide.
Did I just hear you say, and correct me if I'm wrong again, that y'all don't have quotas? Your salesman people don't have quotas?
Nah.
Wow.
Nah, I don't do that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't do that. No, I don't want nobody in there focused on numbers. You focused on putting out a quality product. You focus on repeat customers. Your repeat is the only number we got. I need people to come back. If they don't come back, that's when everybody get penalized because that means you did something wrong in the beginning. So we've been in business now for 4 years. Yeah, we've been in business I'm checking my watch for 4 years. We've been in business for 4 years. And
It's a hell of a watch.
yeah, for 4 years, man. And our business continues to grow.
A slight flex.
And we do, we just keep repeating. It's all repeats, man. People come to me, they get a car, they like me, they love me, they come back to me, and they keep coming back, and they keep coming back. And that's my only quota. Just make sure if you service somebody, that they come back.
What would you say your percentage is, like anywhere from 1 to 100? Would you say your satisfaction rate is as far as people being completely satisfied versus people who we will find who gonna talk crap about you?
I say we got like 90%.
90%?
Yeah. If you look on our Facebook and read our reviews,
Okay.
I think we got, you just got to read the reviews. We like a 4.9 stars out of 5. Like out of in 4 years, like it's fantastic. So I would say 90%. And even at 10%, I literally go out of my way and I literally will do anything for somebody else because I'm not a car salesman. I'm a compassionate, free spirit, like human being that want to see you do well. Like I swear to God. And I want to do my best. The only ones that won't necessarily like me are just the ones that just become unreasonable or try to take advantage of the system. So a lot of times they come into black dealerships, and that's when you feel like you're supposed to get your hookup or your handout, but then you go to the Arabs or you go to the white dealerships and you just go with whatever they say. So I do hook you up and I do hand out, but then you ask for too much. So I'm always there for you. I'm personable. You go see me in the same restaurants you at. The last person you bought your car from, Art Moran, where you go see him at? What club Art Moran at? He not. I'm in Celebrity on Plymouth with you. I'm at Pantheon on the weekends. Like, I'm in all these places. That's what I'm saying. Support your local dealers. I know y'all gotta go. Last point. We got we've been in business for 4 years now, right? I gotta stop because I'm sounding. We've been in business for 4 years. So
No, hold on.
We got all day, man.
but-
Long talk.
Yeah, let's keep in mind, like the whole point is called PlugCity.
Yeah.
Because you plug what you're doing.
got you.
So that's what it's about. So
Gotcha.
we want to talk to Bull and the battle rap and all that.
Yeah.
But we want to bring you here to plug what you're doing. So don't feel like
Facts.
you
Okay.
turn into a commercial.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
what we
bet.
want. Yeah. So talk about it.
So we've been in business for 4 years, and this is, I don't know, whatever. I'll tell y'all the statistic. So during that time, I've had 2 Arab customers in 4 years, selling over, I don't know, over like 400 or 500 cars a year, right? I had 2 Arab customers, right? The number 1 dealer in my area, I'm number 3, right? The number 1 dealer in my area, it's an Arab-owned dealership, and they probably got 95% blacks.
Working or 95% black customers?
Customers.
Okay.
So, in that same model, right, I feel like other cultures won't necessarily support me. I've literally had people walk out when they find out with black dealership. I've had other cultures, like, they literally won't support me because of this, though, right? But black people being the biggest consumers in the world, right, they take all their money and they take it there. And that money never comes back to the
Why do you
community.
think that is?
That money goes to Dearborn.
Why do you think that is?
You know what? Because black business get a stigma, and we got caught with a fucking stigma. I don't mean to cuss. We got caught with a stigma, and I do understand it because I have had poor service, but you can't go into one black business and then you put them all in a box instantly, right? So you have one bad experience here, it's like, oh, this is why I don't go to black business. You go to Target, and they mess up at Target, you're not saying I'm not going to white business no more. That Target pissed you off. You probably go to another Target. But when it comes to black business, they're so quick to group us together or whatever. That's why when you come into the dealership, everybody there is dressed professional. Everybody there is going to talk to you a certain way. Everybody there is going to deal with whatever you got to give them, right? And they're never going to go above here. And if they do, that's a problem because we got to break the stigma. If I got to be the one to do it, then I got to be the one to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask this just to be fair, just to put this out there. Just for people who are going to watch it for the business model portion.
Yeah.
So when you compare your dealership to the Arab-owned dealership that's not going to be named.
Yeah.
You guys do used cars. Is that apples to apples, used cars to used cars? And those 95% black customers are going there to buy other used cars or pre-owned, excuse me, or are they going there because that dealership sells pre-owned and
Nice.
used cars? Like,
So
something
yeah,
different.
no. In that comparison, that's a B lot. I'm a B lot.
Okay.
So that's not an A lot. That's not like your big Chevy dealers. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about somebody
B
on
lot
the
to B
same,
lot.
same spectrum as me, the exact same spectrum. And that pissed me off a lot of times, like that we take all our money and run there, and then they take the money back and run it to Dearborn. Like I'm taking it back and running to the starters.
So what could, and the reason I'm doing this and just playing devil's advocate, because this is a big conversation that's had on social media a lot. And a lot of people throw things out there. And the reason I'm throwing it to you is because you actually have answers. So not to catch you up, but because you have answers. Because a lot of people make these statements and then they don't elaborate on the statements and put no meat on the bone so people don't understand. You know, so with that being said, with those people who is the price similar? B-lot to B-lot, are your guys' prices similar to the prices at that B-lot? And then secondly, is there anything that you think you could do better to get some of those 95% from over there to your spot, whether it be marketing, advertising, news, print, social media? Because my first thing as a business owner is, the first thing I try to do is look, what am I doing wrong? Forget what y'all doing right. What am I doing? What can I build on? And try to fix that. And if my media footprint isn't out there, I need to increase that. You know, if we not out there in the streets more with literature and, you know, handbills, we need to do that. So is there anything that you, with only being in the business 4 years, you know, and that, who knows how long that dealership's been there, how many repeat customers they've built up. So like, what is some things that you think you can do better to increase your footprint in that area?
Right, so as far as price-wise, like it's all similar, it's all relative to the vehicle, but it's definitely not. I'm more willing to work on my end than they are. They're a lot bigger. They don't have to work. I have to adjust up to get you to stay there, right? They're multi-millionaires. I'm not a millionaire, so I gotta make it. They don't have to make anything. And what I could do better, I guess, is just I could have a bigger footprint. So I've done well already, but I could definitely get this out here more stress that we black on and this the black community and there's no overhead from anybody else coming from us. I guess I could stress that more. It's just really difficult when you up against a machine, bro.
Facts.
You up against a machine. So that's like a mom and pop store at the corner trying to compete with Walmart, bro. Yeah. You don't have the money to do it. Feel me? So I got outlets like PlugCity and different outlets I can use to where I can actually talk to the people, because when you ride down, you go see billboards from this other dealership everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because look, they got 50 million in the bank. Like, of course they can. So even in this, like the auctions, you get into bidding wars with dealerships, right? And you start running into like the bigger dealerships. Now, when you run into them, they're gonna buy the car no matter what. Doesn't matter the price. Doesn't matter the price. It's the point. So what happens is when you see them bid, you gotta stop bidding because you can't. It's no point. You'll keep running this up. They're just gonna buy it. And then that means when you go to buy a car and they see it, they're just gonna run you up now, and you can't compete. They can do that all day. So, oh, we lost $1,000 on this car. Fine. We lost another $1,000. Fine. I lose on too many cars, I'm out of business. So that's kind of the problem. You're just up against a Walmart, man. But talking to the people and like actually getting, to know people and letting them know where you're from. And then I grew up 1.5 miles from the dealership, bro. I grew up 1.5 miles from there, Detroit, not Redford. I grew up 1.5 miles from there. You know what I'm saying? I used to go past that place every day. I'm like, it's important to me.
So, and another thing that you spoke on, I got 2 more things and we're going to kind of let you go. The importance of maintaining the integrity of being black owned. Yeah. Like, you don't have to say the number if there is. I'm pretty sure there is some astronomical, but keeping it within reason. Within reason, is there a number that somebody can bring to you and you'll sell your business? If it's non-black.
There's a number, and it can be non-black.
And it can a reasonable number. Of course, somebody say 30 million, it's out of there.
Yeah. No, there's a number, but I mean, there's a number for sure. My number might not even be crazy. It might be, like you said, a reasonable number. But if I did that, then I'm just going to open up something else black, bigger and better. Right. That's it. I would just take from here and go here now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But I would never take that and walk completely away. There's something. I got to leave something, bro. I got to leave something. I got to leave something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of weight on my shoulders, but I got to do something for the black community, man. We need help, and it's got to be somebody that's going to stand up and do it. And like I said, I'm not necessarily the leader for it, but I'm the trailblazer for it. So I'll keep putting it in place, but we got to figure out a way to put it together.
Now let me ask you this, that same concept. Is there a number, a reasonable number, not an astronomical number, that would somebody say a non-black person could come in and say, yo, let me buy Rell Auto Sales. You stay the face, kind of like Dana White in UFC. You stay the face, but I own it.
Not a chance in the world. There is no number. That number don't exist.
So
number don't exist.
Let me just throw some numbers out here.
And that's Family Auto, by the way.
Family Auto. Yeah.
Family auto. So if somebody came out, I would think a reasonable number would be somebody say, yo, I'm going to give you 2.6 million and 30% profit share.
On that?
For your dealership.
Yeah.
And I'm going to own it, non-black, whichever race you choose.
You're going to work
You're
for
going
me.
to work it. You're going to Dana White it. You're going to be the face. You're going to be a profit partner. But you're just not going to be, and I'm going to put $2.6 million in your pocket right now. You're a father, you have a child, you have other businesses you want to do, you have family members. You're telling me that you're saying no to 2.6 in your pocket.
I'm telling you this. I don't own Family Auto.
Okay.
Rosie owns Family Auto.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Rosie owns Family. So you talk to her, and if she decided that's okay, then that's what we doing. Other than that, how can I sell something that belong to her?
Okay.
That belong to her. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't sell that and work for them. No. If I do it, if I took that money, I gotta open up something for her because this is for her. I need her. This is for her. This is for my nephew over there. It's for them to be straight.
Okay.
And we go do it. We go do it that way.
No,
That's what's
real.
up.
I just wanted to put a realistic example because a lot of people, I'll never, and then something comes, oh, let me think about it.
I know. I get what you
it's
mean.
like,
Yeah.
Because I've been there. Like,
Yeah.
not
So
those numbers.
you will sell it completely
Yeah.
before you did something like
Yeah, I
that.
would
you
sell
work
it
for
for
somebody
completely
else.
before I look like the face of a black business and I don't own it. Hell no. No.
And tell me why, because you know a big thing that changed my life in business was the Dame Dash Breakfast Club.
Facts.
That
Me
changed my
too.
life. Like I ain't gonna.
Dame was talking. Woo!
And I'm
Yeah.
that type of person
Talking.
where a lot of
Yeah.
times I say stuff the wrong way,
Yeah.
but the meaning is pure. And Dame said a lot of stuff the wrong way,
Yeah.
but it hit everything he was saying. It hit
Yeah.
me. So
I mean, he didn't deliver it right, but he was.
yeah. But
He's
it's a
on
lot
fire,
of
though.
people.
Yeah.
A lot of times, when you go out to eat, you learn that if you're ever into cooking, plating is 90% of your battle. How you plate and how you present the food, because I can get a dish. These two dishes can be the same, but if I present it a certain way, this a $90 plate, this a $35 plate.
Damn.
How do I present? How do I garnish? What comes with it? Let me bring you your salad first. Let me make sure the greens are fresh.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
make sure the Parmesan is put on as soon as I come. Let me make sure the napkins, the forks, the cups, where everything is placed,
Yeah.
where your elbow room is. All that stuff plays a part into how much I can charge you for this.
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? So I understand that presentation is key
Yeah.
in a lot of business. So a lot of people want the look of black owned, but then when you're really black owned, it's a difference. So
Oh,
talk to
God.
me about with Dame Dash really hitting me with that, and that's what did it for me. But for you, why is it so important for you to maintain black owned business?
So when you look at these dealerships or you look, that's interesting that you had a food analogy though. I think that's crazy. That was crazy.
We don't want to do this on camera. I got jokes.
That was
We're
interesting.
not doing it.
Hey, it's because you had slavery, then you had Jim Crow, you had all this different stuff, right?
Yeah.
Black people constantly had to advance. We constantly had to adapt, right? And then you got all these people that own dealerships or these Arabs that own this community, so they own Dearborn. Then you got Mexican town here. It all starts from somewhere, bro. It was somebody that said no. It was somebody that said, no, I got kids. I'm going to do this. We going to put this here. That's how Black Wall Street got started. It started somewhere. You feel me? And if nobody has the integrity to do it, then I'll have that integrity. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be there and I'll do that for us. But it's got to be somebody. It all starts somewhere. Man, I've done very well for myself in car sales, and I hope I continue to do that. But it's a bigger picture, bro. It's bigger. I don't want my daughter to have to work for nobody else, bro. She don't gotta go to college. You know what I'm saying? I got $90,000 in student debt, and I never made $1 off my degree. The worst $90,000 I ever spent. They will be getting deferred to the day I die. My daughter, she not gonna have no debt, because you don't gotta go to college, baby. You don't gotta do none of that. You come work for daddy, I'm gonna teach you the game, you go do this, and we go do this, and my nephew, and it's gonna be the same way. And if we all had the same mindset, then we'd be good.
No,
But this
it's
is
not on the timestamp.
Oh, okay. No, you good. Yeah.
So let me ask you this real quick. So for somebody looking to come into the auto sales business, starting their own year with similar, not the same, because nobody's saying similar hustle, similar drive, similar business model. Year one, not where you are now. Year one, year two, what could somebody look to make? Because a lot of people, they look at business, first thing they want to know is how much can I make? So year one, year two, coming into this, is it year one you expect to be at a loss? 50 to 100, 100 to 150,
Right.
150 to 2. Where could you look to be at in the beginning?
Well, I don't lose. So year one, I didn't plan to lose. I had a fucking 300-page business plan when I started this, right? Didn't plan to lose, and it's went according to plan. You can make a comfortable living.
Okay.
Hey, and another thing, for anybody interested in getting into car sales too, like if you want to get into car sales, talk to me. I can help you out. I can teach you the game. You can start selling cars. If you're interested in opening a dealership, I'd rather you not hit me up. I'd rather you not. And that sounds crazy. Do the research, bro. It's all out there. I learned this on my own. No, I have no mentor. There's nobody behind Rell, bro. It's Rell, and then it's everything else. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody here. It's all on Google. If you really want it, you will do the research. If you really need help, you come to me with something. You come to me and say, I got this already. I know how this works. I'm a little bit confused about this. I didn't even have that person to do that. I figured it out on my own, but I would be willing to help. But you get so many people, you get 100 people a year hit me up like, oh, how do I start a dealership? Like, bro, you started by going on Google. That's how you started. If you want to know, that's how you do it. And then you come to me with a plan, or you come to me with something, and let me see if I can fine tune it and help you get to where you got. But I can't take y'all from here. You gotta want that more than I do for you, because I wanted this more than you did. I wanted this more than everybody, and now it's here.
So to be clear, if somebody wants to start a car dealership, they can come to you. However, wait, let me clear it up. I'm clear. However, don't come to you at step one.
Yes.
With no cash,
Facts.
with no research,
Facts.
with having done nothing,
Facts.
and expecting you to walk them step 1 to 100.
Facts.
You want people to come to you already at least at step 25.
I want you at step 25.
I got capital.
Yep.
I know a little bit. I
Yep.
know this.
Yep.
Can you help me from here? So you don't feel like you wasting your time.
Exactly.
By the time you get into step 10, they're like, oh, this is too much. I'm done.
Exactly.
And you wasted
Yes.
3 months explaining.
When I
stuff
could have
to
been showing somebody else that was serious, but I wasted my time with you. I've done that with so many people, wasting my time. When I had somebody over here serious that I put to the back burner to help these people. No, come to me with your stuff. Let me help you get you where you got to go, if that's the case.
All right, and last thing, and I'm kind of done here, is in your car sales business, if you don't mind sharing, what is one of the biggest mistakes you made, and then what is one of the biggest decisions you made that worked out the best in your favor?
Whew. Biggest mistakes I made was trying to fix my weaknesses. And I wasted a lot of time and I wasted a lot of money trying to be something that I wasn't. That was the biggest mistake I made. The best decisions I made was to not bring people in based off how I know them, because that's what I was doing in the beginning. It was like, I know you, you cool, like let's work together, then I gotta fire you, now you hate me. Or I got you in this position, you never really deserved to be here, but you my mans, now I'm having trouble firing you because you my best friend. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that, to literally bring people in based off their merit, you know what I'm saying? I've lost a lot of friends, like you have no idea, because I couldn't bring them into the dealership because they're not that type of person. Like that's not for you, and I'm not, you know, that's not for my dealership. You know what I'm saying? So I've lost a lot doing that, but I've learned to just judge people on their merit, and like literally, I will have the same loyalty in business to my best friend as I do to a perfect stranger that can do the job. I have the same loyalty in business. So with that was it.
Cool, man. Definitely, I got 1,000,001 more questions, but I ain't gonna hold you up. I appreciate you for coming out, man.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was dope. You gave a lot of insight. I hope people watch the whole thing.
Thank you.
And kind of give a look so they can, you know, learn a little bit about what you're doing from battle rap all the way to the dealership.
So for those that didn't catch the beginning or anything, I want you to shout out your dealership again. Tell them if they want to, tell them where they can get a car if they need one.
You can go to one of these air blots. No, I'm messing with you. Hey, Family Auto Finance on Telegraph and 5 Mile. Like, even if you don't think you can get one or whatever, let me figure your situation out. Don't overthink it. People sit around and talk themselves out of things that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? You can be your own worst enemy. Call me, let me figure out your situation for you. So,
Phone number, email?
Yeah, 313-539-4385. I say don't email. I don't really respond to emails. But if you got Facebook, Instagram, or call that phone number. So Instagram is Family Auto Finance. Facebook, Family Auto Finance. FamilyAutoFinanceMI.com is the website. Any one of them, I'm going to respond every time. And hey, let me help you out.
Yeah.
Salute.
Thank
you got
you.
anything, Hank?
Oh, that's it, man.
You gonna kick him out now?
Yeah, you can go now.
I got room for vendors too, man. I got some stuff in the works. If people looking to make some money,
Okay.
I got some room for you. So just hit me up on that too, and I can put you in the game.
All right.
No, for sure.
Let me check my schedule.